I'm sorry, but Elon needs that lithium, and honestly, with all his millions and Trump's millions, they together could have saved those people. Instead, he brought in a few Starlink and became the new hero. Um, yeah, I get it. I think we have to wait until January 20th. I mean, I'm sick of waiting. It's like it just everything is like wait, wait. But God says to wait, wait patiently. But I because Trump had said something about how the most important conversations and decisions will be made after he's inaugurated. So, because I know his history with his deeds of wanting to eradicate modern day trafficking, and because that's really so tied into indentured servitude, it is, then he likely has to make deals with people like Musk and Silicon Valley. They are in the billionaire class. But I mean, that's part of the problem, though, is that the class problem is what we have. But ultimately, yeah, it's made me really question, Trump. It does, and that's why everybody's running around saying, that there's a civil war in MAGA, and it's like, no, it's the same fight that I was fighting before the election, and uh, uh, pushing, people need to realize what Trump's doing is the same thing I'm still fighting now, and that's that. This is the globalist problem. It's just there's a lot of people that say sit back, eat popcorn, and then there's a lot of people that, it leads you astray. There's so many people that lead others astray. Like one of the biggest things that was a red flag to me, as I said many times with the alternative media, is after Trump put Musk in that Doge committee that Musk created, or didn't even create, suggested, and then that in that non-governmental role, it was what the alternative media did that just gave me chills, and it was you can't separate Musk and Trump. And I just it's one thing to hear that once, but they were saying it. Now they've backed off from that, but all of them, all the ones I always mention in the alternative media, they were saying it all the time, like they were really trying to press that even people like me, who have never been a leftist, have always been a conservative, okay? But I've been calling many of those people out, that it's a way to make it look like me, an everyday average American, is trying to cause division. Because they were so, it was so important to them that Elon Musk be protected and him and Trump are bros. So I just thought, this is bothersome, because especially people like Glenn Beck shouldn't have been saying that, especially because he's some constitutionalist. I mean, that's what he claims. But what should have always been being said is, no, you don't want to separate Trump from the people. But when they started saying, don't let people separate Trump from Musk, I thought, that's really just alarming. Do people understand how alarming that is? No, because it's supposed to be Trump, Trump is standing up for the people. So that bothered me. And then when, of course, and that came right after Trump said, yeah, Elon Musk will be heading up Doge. And yeah, and now that left is really all over social media, saying that there's this civil war infighting. No, I'm fighting the same people that I was fighting even before the election, which is globalists. And don't think that once the mainstream media falls, which really they have, in viewership anyway, that there wasn't always going to be those other ones to catch you, that alternative media. And maybe some of them are legit, but you have to be really careful, because anybody that has millions and millions of followers, it should be up, you should be scrutinizing, really just questioning, because if they're not being shadow banned like everyone else, then there's a reason they're not. I mean, really, Trump supporters should just get off Twitter, get off X. I understand why they're on there, because they're fighting the good fight, but most of all, the Democrats have gone to that Blue Sky that Dorsey owns. It's another social media platform. A ton of the left X to go there. So a lot of people you're fighting with on X is, or, things you're seeing is all bot related. I mean, that's what Trump said most of X was bots. So, I don't know. The biggest way to stick it to Elon Musk is everybody leave X. But there's those people that, we have to stay in the fight. It's like, well, who are you in the fight with? There's Truth Social. Like, nobody ever wants to mention that. Nobody does. Even with Laura Loomer interview, she was saying before, she was in an X Spaces, but this was before Adrian, or really it's Elon's split personality. But before he came into that Spaces, she was talking because a bunch of other conservatives had their accounts messed with too, and it was tied to they and Elon and his tech bros that were going off on Loomer said that's you because of your chaos, you managed to get your other conservative people removed. So, but before he came in saying all that, they were talking about, is there another platform we can go to? And it's like not once did any of them, they mentioned Gab, they didn't mention Truth. And I'm not saying, I think nobody ever talks that Donald Trump has his own social media. Because even on there, it's like I'm shadow banned. And that's not because of Trump or Devin Nunes. I don't think it has anything to do with anybody that works at Truth. It's because big tech controls the internet. So, but that said, it's like that's the way, if you want to stick it to Elon, then, and you support Trump, then leave X. Leave X. Let Adrian and Elon have their own X Spaces and everybody leave X. If all that's on there is basically conservatives, then let them have their own echo chamber and leave and go to Truth. Donald Trump created Truth because all these social media platforms removed him. So Elon Musk bought Twitter because, well, for many reasons. I think there's a lot of reasons, but I think one of them was because he was mocking Truth Social. So, yeah, I understand why people say this, and it's annoying to see Trump. I can't stand that he elevates these people. I get none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect, but not everybody puts people in indentured servitude either. Like some sins are worse than others, but yeah, I just get sick of seeing the people that most of us want to see put in jail be elevated. Unfortunately, I think people need to just, at least accept that, yes, there'll be people that go to jail, but there'll be a lot of people that deals have to be made with, and a lot of those people are the millionaire, billionaire class because of the power that they hold. And that sucks, but it doesn't mean things can't get better. And I get that Trump has to make deals with these people. I just hate seeing him elevate them. That's what I can't stand. But to think that, that he has to make deals with those people. So I think we have to wait till January 20th. And then we'll know for sure which way this train is going.